summer of Slugger.
I know. I'm
You
just trying to help
go,
you.
like, go where? Like, what do you mean?
Hey folks, welcome back. I'm your host, R.R. Slugger, and we're already scraping the bottom of the barrel for the summer slug, eh? Washing Lego? That's really the best you got, Slugger? We're paying you thousands of dollars to talk. In keeping with the adage that all advice is bad advice, let me offer you some bad advice on how I keep my Lego sets looking as good as I can for the camera. This question actually ranks up there with the likes of what my opinion on power miners is. Apparently, folks want to know my process for washing Lego, so I'm obliged to solve the mystery once and for all. The basics are as follows. Soap and water are your best friend. You need to make sure that the soap you use doesn't contain bleach, but otherwise, Lego and water generally play pretty well together. The entire washing process usually takes me about 10 minutes. I don't relish the thought of losing errant bricks down the drain though, so I always make sure to have the stopper in the sink before doing any sort of washing. Removing all stickered or printed pieces is advisable beforehand. If those parts need cleaning too, then I do them delicately by hand with a toothbrush afterwards. Applying soap and water to a bin of loose bricks can make them feel like new again, and in some cases, even return clutch power that was sapped by layers of dust. I like to slosh them around every now and then, but they don't need a lot of attention if the grime is light. Elements that have a lot of caked on dust, though, get the toothbrush treatment. It's remarkable how much life can be restored with a little elbow grease. After about 10 minutes in the bath, I strain the pieces in a colander. It's important to remove any lingering soap, so a thorough rinse afterwards is in order. Bonus points if you rinse with hot water, as it'll make this next step easier, getting the Lego bricks dry again. While you could just drop them onto a towel and let them air dry, there are a few other methods that will expedite the process substantially. My favorite piece of kit for this job is a salad spinner. The larger water buildups will be jettisoned during the spin cycle, and the pieces that emerge will be nearly dry themselves, if a little dizzy. Spacing these parts out onto a towel and directing a fan at them will have them ready to go in no time at all. I try to flip them every now and then, but usually they're bone dry in under an hour. Anti-studs will be your biggest bane here, as they're perfect collection points for unwanted water. I try to flick them out beforehand and initially place them studs up so the bottoms can drain properly. Alternatively, if you live somewhere warm, drying Lego in indirect sunlight is a strategy that can save you a lot of time and energy. I did this a lot during the last summer of Slug, so much so that I was often completing several batches in a single day. Once the parts are dry, they're ready to be resorted into your collection. Here are a few last pieces of advice on the whole process. Firstly, don't overdo it. Being too vigorous with your scrubbing or reckless with your spinning can cause the parts to become damaged, the opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. If your first wash isn't enough to tackle all the yuck, just wash them again. There's no rule that says you can't do that. I've done it plenty of times, believe me. If there's an odor to your bricks, either smoke or grandma's basement, try an equal parts vinegar-water solution. Back when I bought the Whirlin' Wheel Super Truck for the 1012 subscriber special, it had a musty smell that wouldn't come out with my regular washing technique. I then tried this vinegar concoction and eureka! Be forewarned though, your pieces will retain a slight vinegar smell for a time, but it'll fade. Don't put a horse away wet. Also, don't put a Lego horse away wet, or any Lego brick for that matter. Of all the steps in this process, giving enough time for your bricks to dry completely is critical, especially if they're going into some sort of airtight container or bag. Yes, the vinegar and water solution will help get rid of a gross mildew smell, but it's better to avoid the conditions that lead to that smell in the first place, no? Typically, I'll let dry bricks sit out for an additional 24 hours before putting them away, just to be safe. When all is said and done, you should have bricks that will feel so much better to handle and build with. Moreover, they'll look great too. These might have been old Lego bricks at one point, but now they feel clean.
Now why did they feel that way, Major? Because they were clean.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, this video has been brought to you by the Summer of Slug, and my thanks go out to all of those who helped make it happen. If you want in on the fun, check the link in the description. I've been your host, R.R. Slugger, and I'll see you next time for another video.